Hello Publicity fans, we are back with the Decklist of the week, which is Minority Report. We find ourselves up against Maxx, which could be an interesting matchup because we want them to go tagged, and they want them to go tagged. So, everyone wants to be tagged. So I think we keep this hand with Scorch, hard-hitting news, things like that. Maybe make them take tags earlier than they would have liked. We also have Data Raven, so we can definitely land some tags when they go for it. But this is actually pretty great. So we're going to go with 2 ice on HQ and just take a credit. And one of those is free, so fantastic. And it also gets better the more they try and siphon us. So a good opening start for us. We see that they lose Sure Gamble, they go for the inject, and it's pretty much exactly what we expect to see then. You have your Fall Guy, Joshua B, Wireless Net, and DDoS. That's kind of the start you want to see. If you're Maxx, obviously, not if you're the corp. But it gives us a very clear indication as to what they want to go for. So now we just have to maybe even go for the rush. We know they've DDoS as well, so we have to kind of play around that a bit. They're probably unlikely to pressure R&D too much, so we can leave that open. Hopefully we'll find an end the run piece of ice and put Data Raven in front and work away from there. We unfortunately do not play All Seeing Eye, anything like that, but as you can see we do play Exchange of Information, Psychographics, 2 Scorch, so if they don't put down a Paparazzi we can punish them. But unfortunately Paparazzi is very much part and parcel of these decks. So Resistor is good as well. We'll draw one, find a Psychic Field. For the moment it might be okay to just keep cracking money. Maybe bin the exchange for the moment, because they're probably not going to push too hard too fast. And they're definitely going to take their time in setting up before they go for the big push. But now we can get Data Raven down here and go for scores behind it. If we want to do a kind of a tester, we could put the Psychic Field in here as well. See how willing they are to push for things. Scrubber, probably not that useful. And now we can hit our hard-hitting news. And we can trash the Wireless Net, Fall Guy. Unfortunately the Psychic Field alone kind of gives away what we want to do. And it'll turn off Data Raven, but it's probably necessary. Whoops. So can we draw something good? Breaking news. So this is... oh dear. So the connection crapped out, which meant that I started my turn 3 times. Which means we can either take these as our draws, now my opponent's going to be quite nice, and is going to allow me to put back the 2 that we drew. So it means we can go for the breaking news into hard-hitting news. They may just go for it. That is one thing to watch out for. Because they're going to be tagged, so they may just use the DDoS anyway. So we could install advanced breaking news. or we can just pop it in behind even. And then take the credit and hard-hitting news now. And we don't need to boost. So that may make them go a little bit quicker than they would have liked, but it also works out okay for us as well. So they're going to go Joshua B, and now the fun begins. So they're looking for damage prevention, like Plascrete, paparazzi, things like that, or they're just going to stick down a DLR. There it is, and the mill begins. And we got 2 Jacksons at least, so let's try and trash some stuff. Let's go wireless net. Okay, we can trash. Whoops. Well, I can't do this. There we go. So everything's going wrong for us at the moment with the interface. So I give myself back the 2 credits because it'll cost us 4 to take out the wireless net, or we can get rid of DLR. Okay, so I started with 12. Okay, after a bit of messing around, we are going to be trying to trash some stuff. So they prevent, we can trash, and then we can trash the DLR. They might have another one, but I think it's, or we just spent 4 on this. I think we just go for the DLR straight up. And take a credit. What do we lose? Do we lose anything important? No, sweeps would be nice. Price tag could work, but I think we just hang about. So now we're just looking for a Scorch, basically. Daily gas. We'll get the resistor up. So that worked out well for us. They didn't use the DDoS. We don't really need the breaking news score, but I mean, we could get it. I think instead we just try and do, maybe get Sensi down. And is this another second? Is this a second Sensi, or is it Jinteki messing around with me again? Yep, okay. Let's go horizontal then. Actually, let's do psychic field and then this. So with 5 clicks they may feel somewhat safe, and especially with scrubbers. But if they choose wrong here, then they're in trouble. Assuming we can land the psychic field, that is. Okay, here we go. We need to have 3 credits still. Let's spend 1. Excellent. And that'll be that then, because we have the Scorch in hand. And they do not have paparazzi. So, Murder Town it is. And once again, this deck comes out with a flatline. It is pretty potent. We landed the tags early, which against Maxx can be dangerous, especially with the kind of setup they had going on. But I think it managed to put them under a bit of pressure. We had, thankfully, just enough economy to get rid of like the DLR pieces like that, and had Scorch in hand, had 2 Jacksons. That was looking pretty good. And with 2 Scrubbers on the board, they were always going to get a little bit greedy, I think, with asset stuff, even though they'd seen Psychic Field. I suppose that's the mind games, the bluff and double bluff of, well, they know I've seen a Psychic Field, so are they going to put out another one, or are they just going to try and put out random assets? And yeah, got a little bit lucky, but I think you have to sometimes, especially with this deck, and I'm happy with how it went. It is fun. I would definitely recommend giving it a try. And thank you for watching. Coming over to Ice Ice Hedge Fund for more.